So the only currency we actually have is trust. NPS is for us the one thing we live and die by. The cash is king. मैं अहम हूँ यही वहम है. So my brand promises I am your pillow that you can sleep easy at night.
Hello and welcome to Pathfinders, our podcast series from Success Alchemists, where we bring to you entrepreneurs, founders, and promoters who have crossed the obstacles and found their path. Today, I'm very delighted to have Atul Shinghal with us, who is founder of Scripbox and also someone who has reimagined how India builds wealth. He has helped millions take control over their financial future with clarity and confidence. This is all about scaling with integrity, leading with purpose, and what it takes to be in the long game. A very warm welcome, Atul. Thank you so much for being here at Pathfinders today.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's my pleasure entirely.
So, Atul, large part of India still approaches money with a lot of caution, often with fear and deep-rooted habits of investing in FDs rather than investing in equity. And this equation also has evolved with time. Does the evolution match your forecast?
And the answer is actually mixed, yes and no, right? So we've always been big believers in sort of the power of growth and equity in terms of if you want to create long-term wealth, you need to be investing in growing assets and equity being one of them. Our theory was that, so why it doesn't meet our forecast, it's taken some time to get there. But in such a way, like India always leaps a generation, right? Whether it's adoption of mobile. Similarly, the absolutely huge adoption of stock trading. So while people are participating in equity, they're participating in it as a speculation, as a gamble, as in sort of quick money.
Quick money, yeah.
Right. So that's not met our forecast. We had hoped people would be more rational about doing things. As you know, SEBI keeps warning people that 90% people lose money by trading, by F&O. But unfortunately, that continues, right? We are hopeful that rationality will prevail. We hope that people will think long-term about their wealth and not think about equity markets as a get-rich-quick scheme. So we say there is investing, there is speculation, there is gambling. Today, I think the people are on the right side. So that's why it's not met the forecast. What's met the forecast is that people have moved away from or at least have considered alternatives compared to a fixed deposit or putting money into gold or putting money under their mattress or only real estate. So I think just the variety of investment choices people have and people consider is much larger. But unfortunately, we do see that a lot of that, the equity, as you call it, is seen as stock trading and short-term gains. So we are hoping that people will learn and think long-term and sort of move to long-term wealth creation, which is what Scriptbox really is all about.
So in an industry where trust is the foundation, how do you consciously design for trust and not only in terms of communication, but also in lines of systems, product and culture?
So the only currency we actually have is trust. We actually have no other currency with our clients and no other reason to survive or exist. So that's something which is embedded in our DNA in everything we do. So I'll give you 3 or 4 examples of how we make it real for our clients. First is empowerment, right? So the person on the call, if you've called our contact center and you're talking to somebody and something has gone wrong, it happens. We call it that the person sitting on the call is the CEO. They have full empowerment to take whatever decision they want. Whoever has made the mistake, we will make good, right? That really builds trust that I'm not saying the system doesn't allow it or somebody else is accountable. If there's been a mistake, whoever caused it and you suffered a loss, we'll make good, which is very unique. So that's a marker of trust. So, I mean, again, this is theory, but there's an empirical equation which says trust is equal to reliability into credibility into intimacy divided by self-interest. So reliability is available, accessible, always on the choice of the client, or you get back to them. As an example, right? So what are our contact center pickup rates? What are our abandon
The
rates?
SLAs around that.
SL is
would be
that.
defined.
Credible is that you're knowledgeable, informed. We spend a lot of time and money on in making our people who are talking to our clients highly informed. So because credibility comes from knowledge, comes from doing the right thing. Intimacy is about knowing the client very well, and that's a two-way street. You'll only give me more information about you if you trust me, right? You'll only invite me for your daughter's wedding if you trust me, right? So that intimacy comes obviously over time, and we look for markers to do that. And obviously, the destroyer of any of this is self-interest. So all our incentives, all are designed around reliability, credibility, intimacy, and any markers of self-interest, right? Any mis-selling, I don't need to sack you. You can walk. And I think information arbitrage has always been one of the reasons this industry has done what it is. And we've removed that completely, right? So the power of technology, the power of digital, the power of information, data, content, is that allows you to sort of engage with clients very heavily and make them empowered, right? So for us, the most important thing that it's a smart, informed investor, and we are leveraging their trust in us to invest through us. Not that you don't know, so I'll do that. It's very difficult to measure trust. The only measure of trust is what I call the dinner party conversation. That somebody doesn't know me at a dinner who I am, and somebody else at the dinner recommends Scripbox to a colleague and says, hey man, that's the company to do. They do it right. They do it for me, and they're ethical about what they do.
So what's that one KPI maybe that you have been measuring over time that really has changed the way you look at growth?
NPS is for us the one thing we live and die by. Unlike because typically you will chase AUM growth, or you will chase net inflows, or you will chase revenue growth or portfolio growth of our clients, which are all very, very good measures. But we've stuck by NPS. We really believe in it. God's very kind. We enjoy NPSs of north of 65, 70. It's difficult to maintain it in a category like ours because obviously markets are volatile. People's expectations are obviously very different, and managing that all the time. We're targeting 75. So
that's the goal.
That's the goal, that we get more and more north, that we are able to keep our clients extremely happy.
So everybody is talking about AI in fintech, but all that glitters may not be gold. So where do you see genuine and scalable applications of AI in this space, and where do you think things may not work out?
So I think the answer is complex and multifold. First of all, if you embrace AI as an enabler and not as a replacer, then I think the approach in our view is fine. So we obviously embraced AI, but we call it AI on the inside, not on the outside. So like Intel on the inside we used to be. So we have AI on the inside. So if you think about wealth management from a client interaction perspective as a 5-layer thing, there's a dashboard, right? What's happening with your money? Where are your portfolios? What are my reports? There is transactions, which is how is can I buy, sell, redeem? There is advice creation, the personalization you created about asset allocation.
Yes.
There is advice delivery when I come and tell you why you should do what you should do. How do we talk about it? And then there is emotional management. Markets are hot, markets are down. I need money now. I need to do this. So if you start at the top, you can keep applying AI as you go down. I think that by the 4th layer, it becomes more and more difficult. And by the 5th layer, hopefully it doesn't. So I mean, I think it'll be a very sad world when somebody is managing my emotions through agentic AI. I'm sure it's happening, but
it's happening in a lot of places.
I feel there's a better way of doing it. That's what our thinking is. Things are evolving so fast.
Was there any decision that maybe you have taken in the past that seemed like very tactical, very minor at that point in time, but as you move forward, and in hindsight, when you look at it, it was actually very foundational?
So I don't think it was as tactical, but it was definitely a early experiment, right? And we were saying, let's just try this and see what happens, right? As an adjunct to what we were doing. There's a company called Mitra's Financial Services, which is an RIA. And we met them at an IIM Bangalore alumni event, and somehow we liked talking to them. They liked talking to us, and we wanted to learn RIA. We wanted to learn the physical world. They wanted to learn digital, and it was like, let's try to do something together. And that first step gave us so much confidence that this now we see Scriptbox as the ideal home or the safest home for clients of these offline businesses, right? Because there's a clear alignment of values, ethics. There's a clear alignment. So what started as an experiment, to go back to the question, is now a way of life, right? So we've done 9 or 10 such transactions. God's been very kind to us that we've been able to sort of amalgamate, integrate, live together, build a new, way of value systems together, and scale the business.
I was also reading that you, over the last few years, you have acquired a lot of these advisory partners like Mitras. You said there was Upwardly, and I think one in Pune also. I think Wealth Managers, right? That was the name. So it's very interesting. And how do you bring them together? Because these are all who have deep local roots, and they have trusted partners and customers also, as you said. Now, how do you bring all of these together? These diverse teams working in different cultures under the Scriptbox umbrella, and still preserving at the same time what they were originally trusted for. That must be a challenge somewhere.
I think there's a very diligent process in finding the right partner. So we call it the chemistry, physics, math solution. And this is not mine. This is my mentor, Bharat Phatak, which is the Pune business, who very articulately said this to me.
Okay.
So chemistry is, do we get along as human beings? Are our values and ethics aligned? Will we be able to work together? We might have differences, we might argue, but will we be able to work together? And that's both a gut feel, some question, some. Then there is physics.
Is the vibe.
Is the vibe. Then there's a chemistry. Then there's a physics part of it. Are we solving the same problem? Are our clients long term? Are we doing NFOs, or are we doing long term wealth creation? How are our processes? Are we selling mutual funds? Are we doing wealth management? So there's a lot of physics check. And then the math. Does the economic work better? Because we do it very deliberately, it works. We're obviously all learning. There are simple things like there's no us versus them. So if anybody in the office says, oh, those people, you might as well walk out of the office that moment. That's not allowed. It's about walking the talk. It's about being humble. So I think there's a strong alignment around client centricity in all these partnerships. There's a strong alignment about doing the right thing by the client and the employee, and in mutual trust and respect. But I think today we have a playbook that how to do it in such a graceful manner that the culture, the amalgamated culture, is a better culture. We've learned from everybody.
Yeah.
We've learned from AKN in Chennai. We've learned from Bharat and Ajit in Pune. We've learned from, say, Sachin and the team in North. So we've just been able to, I think, absorb.
So they say growth tests the culture. So as the Scriptbox scaled, did you see yourself going back to one cultural value which you really felt the need to actively protect?
The one value we go back to, which is our obsessive, and I think people will say it, we do it, is client centricity, right? We will never, ever do anything in our product design, in our client journeys, in our promises, in our comments, where the client is not at the heart and center of what we do, right? And I think that rallying call, that the mission that we are here to help 1 million families achieve financial freedom, keeps us honest, keeps us focused, keeps us. It takes time, but it keeps us there. So when in doubt, don't do it.
Go back to those values.
When in doubt, if you have doubt about doing something, don't do it. Is especially from a client perspective. Should I sell this product? Should I add this? My view is very, very clear. Not doing stockbroking is a classic example, right? I respect all the people who do it. I think I'm sure they add value to their clients, but anything which loses 90% of your clients are losing money, and SEBI is giving you a health warning when you log in, like smoking a cigarette. We just felt very uncomfortable creating a business around that promise that you lose money.
So who are your ICPs?
So it's people like us, simple, thinking long term, no unrealistic expectations, and who need help with their money and are willing to pay for that help. Very often it is possible because of the knowledge arbitrage, because of our domain expertise, because of our years of experience, because of our unbiased advice, and our digital. So digital for us is not technology. Digital is process, data, evidence. So if this combination of a great client experience with great portfolio construction managed by good people is this trimeter, this triangle. If we are able to do better than anybody else, then clients will come to us, is our belief. So, like I talk about empowerment, we also have a contrary to that. If you abuse any of my contact center people on the call, we will close your account.
So for Scriptbox, the AUM has grown almost 10x in the last few years. And while your customer base has also expanded, it's not at the same scale as the AUMs. So was that a deliberate strategy to deepen the wallet share and not really run after customer volumes?
We realized that our proposition and what we were very good at about thinking long term, asset allocation, portfolio construction, dynamic rebalancing, managing it in the long term, had a lot more relevance to people with slightly more money. Right. So that was like a pivot we did. We went from what we called early savers, which is what we set up Scriptbox for, to mass affluent or affluent people. And I think that's what our proposition is. And obviously our partners who came to us had clients who were in that segment, who had money which needed to be managed.
So did this transformation bring in a shift also in teams and how
Oh,
how the
absolutely.
actual work is happening?
Yeah, absolutely. The client is very different. Their needs are very
Yes.
different. We are a genuine omni-channel model today. So what does omni-channel means? Omni-channel is not a multi-channel mean. So people confuse omni-channel as multi-channel. No, we are omni-channel in the sense that whether you touch us in the contact center, whether you touch us on our app, whether you touch us on the web, whether you touch us in the content we give you, whether you talk to one of our RMs, the experience is similar. They're saying the same things, they're giving you the same advice, they're telling you to do the same things. You can see the same portfolios across everything. So that omni-channel experience required to be built out. It's work in progress.
So how has being a founder changed you, not only professionally but even at a personal level? Anything that you had to unlearn during the process?
There are too many to tell. I think the biggest one is humility. I sort of quit corporate life by the time I was 40. So a little bit of arrogance kicks in, a little bit of that I know it all, right? Because you've done reasonably well or comparatively well. And when you become anybody, you could walk into the best lawyer or consultant or anybody in Bombay as Old Mutual CEO. As an entrepreneur, I don't think their secretary would pick up your phone, right? So humility, resilience, which is much harder. Then there's sort of the cash is king, right? So when you work for large corporate, you have budgets, you work in a prudent manner, but you never are worried about salaries. You're never worried about, will I be able to meet payroll? Will I be able to execute because of money? You might have constraints of budgets, but as an entrepreneur, I mean, it's a constant battle about resource gathering, resource allocation, living on a shoestring personally, living on a shoestring for the company. But there are always more ideas than resources. And the last one in that is that more people die of overeating than starvation, right? So don't overeat. Don't try to do more than you can do. Don't make raising capital and large amounts of money as a glory thing. So we've been very, very prudent with our fundraisers.
So beyond scale and beyond AUM, what's the kind of legacy you and Scriptbox that you want to leave in Indian wealth ecosystem?
I think the simplest one is that the good guys win, that you can scale trust, you can build a 100-year institution completely client obsessed. You don't need to be salesy, you don't need to be aggressive, you can build a completely client obsessed business at real scale. So those million families who then say that I sleep easy at night because Scriptbox looks after my money would make me happy. That's the legacy I would like to leave, that they build something meaningful and for all our stakeholders, for our employees, that they were part of a company they enjoyed, it was good. For our investors, we gave them decent returns. For us as founders, that we built a legacy which stays way beyond us, right? We built in processes, people, technology, culture, which just allows it to sort of snowball into a bigger and bigger thing. So my brand promise is I am your pillow, that you can sleep easy at night.
So Atul, we have a rapid fire round also.
Oh God, okay.
So what's the worst advice you have ever received about money and who gave it?
Oh, LIC policy, by far. I started off my career, and this is in the year of the Lord 93. The first thing I did was took an LIC policy or some total of 5 lakhs, and I paid some 30,000 rupees for it.
Oh, wow.
That is such bad money. I mean, that is, and I'm just scared that it still continues.
What's the most irrational thing you have ever spent money on and not regretted?
So this is slightly personal, but I'll say it. So I'm bald, right? So I'm actually I'm at one of these slightly higher end. I have an annual membership at one of these higher end men's salons.
Okay.
So my kids laugh at me. That, why do you do this? I mean, why do you pay them so much money? I said, no, I give it for them to find my hair. The other irrational one, which my wife still thinks I'm completely bananas, is I went and got a custom-made Willys Jeep. One of those army rejects, or the army got it made in Moga in Jalandhar, got it delivered here. So it still stands proudly outside my house like a white elephant. Nobody ever drives it. It's like it's a proper army Jeep.
Okay.
So that's the other stupid indulgence which is very personal to me.
But you have not regretted.
Not at all. I think it defines who I am.
One thing you envy about first-time founders today that you didn't have back then?
Oh, access to capital, access to mentorship, access to an ecosystem, the courage to do it. So the fact that middle class India, tier 2 India, families are very happy becoming professional entrepreneurs, not traders, not businessmen, but professional entrepreneurs, building companies, building products, building tech, building services is a huge change. So I think that access to capital, access to mentorship, the pride in being an entrepreneur. Right, the fact that it's a good thing to do was not so apparent.
So your go-to mantra during tough calls or high stress moments? Any ritual you follow?
This too shall pass.
Nothing is permanent.
Nothing is permanent. Yeah, just be. It's okay. I mean, figure out what you're doing. You can do about it. Things you can't do much about.
Yeah.
Just let it be.
If you're building a Scripbox today from scratch, what would you do differently?
Not too much. Yeah, I would go the same co-founders. I would still build for investing with a purpose. I'd probably start with a higher ticket client to begin with. But no, I think the journey has been phenomenal.
If nobody ever judged you, what would you stop doing?
I think we're too insignificant for people to judge us. So my WhatsApp profile says, मैं अहम हूँ यही वहम है. In Hindi or in English it translates as I think I'm important and that is my myth. मैं अहम हूँ मैं यही वहम है. And I really believe that. So the moment you think you're important, that's an absolute myth.
Anything you want to bring a shift or transformation within yourself?
So that discipline around self-care, that is something I would do differently. But it's easier said than done. That's one area where I feel, in spite of all our resilience as entrepreneurs and founders, where we just keep at it, and our own commitment to our families, our commitment to ourselves in terms of even reading, learning, health is poor.
What is success to you in one word?
Pillow.
Pillow and sleep well.
Yeah. No stress.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Atul.
Thank you so
It was
much.
such an insightful conversation.
My pleasure,
and
entirely.
I got educated and learned so much about Scripbox, about how you have built, and also about you personally, how humility and resilience has played a major role in your journey.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Here are my takeaways from this insightful interaction with Atul. Keep customer at your core. Be client-centric and build for credibility and reliability. Empower your employees. Train them. Give them information, give them the right knowledge, and train them to be the customer ambassadors. And entrepreneurship is all about humility, resilience, grit, and loads of patience. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourself and keep scaling up.